Hey everybody, how's it going? This is another video kind of in the same series of guns you don't normally see on my channel. I started out this little series with a 1911 A1 that I got for Black Friday. And I explained that I picked this up because it was cheap and because I was looking to get back into cowboy action shooting. Same reason why I got this. This is a Rossi R92 M44 Magnum. Now, I originally picked those guns up because I was thinking about getting back into what's called wild bunch shooting. And I've explained that in those other two videos, so I'm not going to go into real great detail on it. That being said, I did want to touch on some of the more common guns that you would see in cowboy action shooting. And that being which these guns are loaded, so I'm going to keep my hands away. They are single action. They can't shoot unless the trigger, the hammer's pulled back and the trigger is pulled, but they are loaded. This is a single action 1851 Richard Mason factory conversion. And what do I mean by that? In 1851, this gun started out, which this one's loaded as well. Hammer's down on an empty cylinder, can't be shot unless the trigger comes back, or hammer comes back and trigger's pulled. This is the 1851 Navy cap and ball gun. And this is what was originally around that this one was converted to. And if you'll see, this one does have caps on it. This one has a ring where the caps would be. And in 1872, Richardson Mason, two different guys, Richardson's and Mason, figured out a way to convert old guns that they had in stock to fire the new cartridge type guns instead of cap and ball. Now this is an original, not an original. This is a reproduction of the original cap and ball. This is a Pietta 1851 Navy cap and ball, black powder. This is a factory made by Cimarron 1851 and 38 special. This one wasn't actually converted from this. This was factory made based on those conversions back then. And now they are some good looking guns. I mean, wow, both of them good looking guns. Black powder, original, cap and ball. This one was a conversion done in 1872 by Richardson and Mason of the 1851 Navy. This is a new production gun. This is a new production cap and ball. This one was made at Cimarron specifically to fire 38 special. This one is a 44 caliber black powder. Can't do any of the stuff this can do. This can't do any of the stuff this can do. But in history, these would have been what you would have had originally in 1851 to shoot. And in 1872, you could have got one that was converted to shoot the 38 special. Now, what I really like about this one, it is a 38 special, but it's an open top. And the open top design is weaker than one that has a strap. That's why this is 38 special. Now, the factory that remade these did make these in some other calibers that are a little bit more powerful. This particular one is just straight 38, not 38 plus P, not 357. It's made for 38. But it's a really cool little gun. It is single action, which means you have to pull the hammer to be able to pull the trigger. Since it is loaded, I'm keeping it pointed in a safe direction. It cannot fire on an empty cylinder with the hammer down. Can't do it. No matter what, this is as safe as a gun as anything else out there today. But it's a really cool gun. And I just kind of wanted to show a quick video of what you would kind of actually see at a cowboy action shoot and what it was originally based off of. Now, like I said, this is a reproduction. I can't afford to have an original 1851 black powder gun. So this is a reproduction, but it's still a pretty cool piece. Let's go, and real quickly, we will shoot the black powder and the 38 special, 44, 38, black powder, modern powder, cap and ball, modern cartridge. So let's go shoot them. We're here at the 7-yard line, and I just real quick wanted to touch on the sights on these. If you look, there is a notch cut into the hammer, and then your sight up here. When you pull the hammer back, you actually look down the hammer for the sight. So back then, cowboys knew exactly what their load was. They would either file out the sight or file down the sight, depending on what they needed. Neither one of these sights have been touched, so I don't know exactly where I'm gonna hit. I should be close at 7 yards, but it might be high, it might be low, might be a little left, might be a little right. Until you know what load you had with your pistol, you didn't really know how your sights were going to be. Up first, we're gonna shoot the black powder 1851, and then we'll shoot the modern cartridge 1851 Richardson Mason. All right, so 7 yards, black powder, cap and ball, loaded and ready, fingers off the trigger. I just wanted to show you, you can kind of see what I'm talking about for your sights right there. That would be how you would sight down the gun. Okay, I got my papers blowing all over the place, aiming for the X. And which I guess we'll shoot it one-handed like what they probably did most of the time too. That's one. Two. Three. Four. And this will be number 5 and the last one in this gun. 5. Okay. I only loaded it for 5 so I could have that empty chamber while ago. And sorry, the wind just started picking up like crazy. I'm gonna hurry up and finish this up so that you guys don't have to listen to all that wind noise. But this gun is now safe. There is no more ammunition in the gun. It can't fire anymore. All the caps, it's totally expelled. Safe gun. I'm gonna lay it on the ground. And not too bad on accuracy. Aiming at the X, it was a little bit high, but not too bad. So a person would have filed down their sights a little bit, or, you know, would have adjusted their load depending. Let's get this turned again. All right, this time we're gonna be firing the Richard Mason conversion from factory by Cimarron, shooting 38 specials, and we'll do the same thing. We'll just one-hand this. It has the exact same sights as the other, so you can see what your sight picture would look like. And that should be 5 and done. Yep. Guns are safe and holstered. All right. And as you can see, that one shot high as well. So that was a very common thing for your guns back in the day. You would have to adjust. That was a very common thing back in the day. You would have to adjust your sights to whatever load you had. Okay, both guns are still in the safe and empty, so I can handle them safely without any issues. The black powder, this gun actually has a much better trigger than this one. Black powder is a lot of fun to shoot. And in most places, you can get these mailed directly to you. That's right, they don't consider these guns, which is really quite bizarre. But the 44 caliber black powder shoots like a pussycat. It's a lot of fun. I like playing with black powder sometimes. It's not something you see very often on my channel or on other channels, but there we go. Half cock it and get rid of those. Yeah, totally safe. I was just getting rid of the spent caps. But yeah, really cool, lots of fun. Not real practical for today. I mean, it takes forever to load, and you know, it's dirty. You can't leave them loaded for long periods of time. It's not, you know, it's not a self-defense gun of today. But back in the day, this was the bee's knee, man. This was a really good gun back in the day. And then when they converted them, go to half cock, which this gun's empty as well. And it has the loading gate. And then you would tilt it up. Dang it, there we go. Trying to do this. There. So you can see where that right there is a vast improvement over this if you've ever loaded one of these. Do that, it's unloaded. Boom, 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 boom. Dropping them in, it's loaded. Close your loading gate. Pow, 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 pow. Much faster. This is a cool gun. I like both of these. The 1851 Navy and black powder, 44 caliber, a lot of fun to shoot. The 1851 Richard Mason conversion, 38 special, a lot of fun to shoot. Let's load this up real quick. I'll load this one up real quick. If you got two matching guns, even one black powder and 44, you gotta kimbo them, right? At least once. Bang, 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 bang. Let's do it. Okay, you got a powder flask with a 20 grain nozzle. Turn it upside down and shake it. Fills up with 20 grains of black powder. Dump that in, a little shake. Take your ball, set it on top. Come underneath where your rod catches it. Pull the rod down and leave the rod holding it so that you could go to the next one and do it. This one I'm skipping. I've already loaded all the others. I just wanted to show you that's how you load it. You come up, spin it around, and you got these little lead rings that let you know that you cut just a little bit off the ball and should have a good seal. I use boar butter. You can use homemade boar butter. You can use store-bought. This is just what I had from when I was playing with black powder a lot. Take a little bit of boar butter and go over the loaded chamber, smash it in. It lubes and it cleans and protects. So you would do that for all 5 of your cylinders. So I showed you how to load that one chamber, drop your powder, drop your ball. This is how much of an advancement there is. 1, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Close your loading gate. Come back and lower it, and you're on your empty cylinder. So that's the advancement between cap and ball and this in the exact same gun. Dual wielding, 1851 Navies, one in black powder by Pietta, one in 38 special by Cimarron. I make no promises. I've never dual wielded wheel guns like this before. So let's see what happens. All right, we made it all the way through. You see how that one kind of had a slight hang fire where the cap went off and then it was a split second later before the powder? That's why I went ahead and shot 2 more cylinders just to make for sure. So there you go, dual wielding 1851 navies, 1 in 38 special, 1 in 45 black powder, or 44 black powder, sorry. Yeah, fun times, huh? Both guns empty and safe. In closing, the 1851 Navy, whether you go with cap and ball or you go with a Richard Mason conversion, either one of them, these are likely to what you see something or something similar to these if you go to cowboy action / shooting. This is something you don't normally see on my channel, are guns like these. I just wanted to share it with you today. I thought that they were cool pieces. I thought that they were neat. The history behind it, originally starting out as a cap and ball, being converted to a cartridge from the factory. Just thought that they were neat. They're cool little guns. I've never done the dual wielding thing, so hopefully that was entertaining for you. Not really much else to talk about. They're just neat, different guns. Not necessarily self-defense, but not every gun you get needs to be self-defense. You can have fun guns. There's nothing wrong with that. Shooting black powder, it's quite a bit of fun. It's slow, but it's fun. The same with shooting something like this. I mean, it's just a 38 special and a big heavy gun, no recoil. Fun guns, nothing wrong with it. Stuff you normally don't see on my channel. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, share. 1851 Navies. We'll see you next time.